Oh, wow. Is this the Trippy Hippie out there in Nowhere Land?
Is this Quinn Cole from Nowhere Land?
This is the Mighty Quinn out here in the middle of Nowhere Land.
Wow.
How the hell are you?
Here we are. I'm good. It's been a busy weekend, but, you know, They love you.
God, hell yeah. I've been working.
I know. You've been a busy guy. Sorry, hold on. My son's video game playing in the background.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's super into Mario right now.
Mm-hmm. So I figured, you know, we can record here and have a good time, and I'll just send you my video and you can have fun with it and do whatever you want with it, and I'll just throw audio out.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
or show it back. I don't care.
Scaled back just because video. I don't know. I've just been in a funk, so
I hear you.
I was just gonna release the audio too. I think
sometimes it's
easier.
Okay. Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
So everybody just decides that they we need video, and I don't know why. They need to stare at us while we're talking or something.
Right, but what's the point of a podcast? That's kind of where I'm at this point.
Yeah.
It's like if some episodes don't have video, that's okay. If others do, that's even better.
I find out that the clips are what I appreciate, and I think it's fun to put out.
Yeah. So. Yeah. But then I'll go through like episodes and I'll like put my markers in, and then I never end up making the clips.
Yeah.
I'm the worst.
Well, come on, get it together, Alicia. What the hell?
I'm trying.
Me too. Last week was the first time I didn't record. It's been hell at work. We sold half of our company, and so we transitioned into different roles. And I got a new schedule, so I work 8 days in a row, and then I get 6 off. So I work pretty much every Wednesday.
Oh my gosh.
So I get every other weekend off, which is great because you get those 6 days off. It's like a mini vacation every other week. But it's been hell trying to transition back over. And on top of it, when they took all of our help away to another company, it falls on our shoulders to where we're getting worked.
Oh, it's even worse.
Oh, yeah, to fucking death. I mean, it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I've had a few 16-hour days, and the night we were supposed to record the other night, I was out at work, and I was trying to save the world with the oil field.
Yeah. And then I felt bad because yesterday I had been at my mom's, and then she ended up leaving to go somewhere, so we parted ways, and I left my freaking purse in her car. I'm just the worst. If I didn't have my head attached physically, I don't know. It's amazing I made it this far in my life.
Oh, the shit that we've done over the years. I love it.
I know. I'm just half the time like, hang on there, girl. Hang in there, baby.
You're going to get through it. You're in your 20s, goddammit. You've got to make it at least to 50s, 60s.
I know, but they do say that females, like, age faster than men. And then I had babies young. And so I just feel like mentally I'm probably like in my 50s.
Well, that's good. Then you got that mature view of life.
I guess. But then everyone else in the dating world just sucks and is juvenile to me.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, us older men are definitely more mature, and
you'd like to think, right?
Yeah, we'd like to think, but I still do stupid shit myself.
Yeah,
I do.
I mean, sometimes.
Go ahead.
Sometimes you got to, just because you gotta cut loose every now and again. But I just feel like with half the crap, I don't know. Like at the end of the week, especially with your job, I mean, since it's so labor intensive, you gotta go tip some cows, Quinn.
Tip some cows. Yeah.
At least every blue moon.
Every blue moon, go tip some cows so we can get some nussies.
Yeah. Let off some steam there.
Let off some steam.
God.
I think country life, what we did for fun was we partied a lot. We had big bonfires and keggers, and we did go up the canyons and do things like the you guys do out there, but we did a lot of like catfishing.
Yeah.
Go sit on the bank.
You ever noodle for some catfish?
No.
That shit terrifies me.
Well, we got the Green River here, and the Green River's massive. And I think if we were into shit like that, we'd have a lot more dead teenagers because the river's massive,
Yeah.
Where did Joe go? I have no fucking idea. He was noodling a minute ago.
My dad, he almost died on the Colorado River as a young father, and it was during runoff season, and they just weren't equipped and got stranded on this confluence area in the river, and we're stuck there for 2 days because the river was so high. And so the funny story is I've heard this story my whole life, but I was only 1 year old, and it was his first Father's Day. And so my boyfriend's like, he's getting told the story. He's like, well, what were your thoughts when you thought you were going to drown? Because they capsized, and, it was a scary moment. And he's like, it was guilt. I felt guilty because my kid and my wife were home.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, like, they ended up getting found by search and rescue because it'd been a couple days, and they were coming out with like bombs to see if they could find any bodies like that. It literally got to that point. And so my dad's favorite, what a trip, right?
Oh, what a fear, man.
Yeah. But my dad's favorite part of that whole experience was when they were getting dropped off at home. All of my family had flown into Colorado. Like, my parents lived there at the time from Utah. And so, as my dad's rolling up, he's covered in blood from all the mosquitoes. He's missing a shirt because he's using it as a shoe because he lost the shoe and almost drowning. And right as he opened the front door, death plant was delivered, like, from my mother's work. Like, our deepest condolences. We're sorry for your loss. And to this day, he still has that freaking plant, and it's huge. And he calls it his death plant. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
We've got a divorce plant. We got a divorce plant.
A divorce plant.
And it's not from me. It's my son's girlfriend that he went to school. Not school. he was dating right in college, and then all at once he's like, "Yeah, I took that in the divorce." So it's the divorce plant. We've passed it around in this house. It's
yeah, everybody understands that, or could.
I have a friendship plant at my parents' house. I got when I was 5 years old, which is like 41 years ago.
Yeah, that's how an old plant.
Oh, it's huge. It's one of those spider plants that, have the big broad leaves in them. Yeah, Yeah, and my parents are always like, "Hey, you need to come out here and get this." I was like, "I don't want it.
I don't want it.
I don't want more responsibility."
It'll take the whole space in my front living room. It's funny. I love plants, but I have a child and now a dog and a cat.
I've seen the dog. What a cute little dog.
I know. I got a little dog, but for some reason, I just cannot keep my fucking plants alive, man. And it's not a lack of trying. I've started a new method. I think I just want to love them too hard, so maybe I overwater them.
Yeah,
because they're mostly succulents. But
yeah.
I don't know. I've also started telling everything that I love it, and I think if you kind of butter everything up, even if it's I can't say that word ever. Anodiment. What the fuck word is it?
Inanimate object. Now you got me doing it.
Yeah, it's a hard word.
Inanimate.
Inanimate object.
Yeah.
It's everything needs a little love, even if it's not living. And I feel like I've seen a growing success rate since I talk to my plants. Oh, look at you.
See what you
got another sprout. Oh, you're beautiful.
You got to grow cannabis. And then you'll be like, no. This is my girl.
That is something I plan on doing in my later
Hell yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
Maybe retirement years. I got to get through this oil field bullshit first. But
yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
I mean, at least you have those 6 days off, but 8 days on, man.
Yeah, it's 80. You get your 80 hours, and then they give you 6 days off, and then you come back. It's a really good shift. I've done it before. I've done it 2 other times, The first time I did it, I did not like it because my kids were still in school. And I was like, I want to have the days off that they're off. But as they get teenagers and shitheads and they get a little bit older, you don't spend as much time with your kids as much. They're off chasing girls and guys and partying. And so
they're begging you not to hang out with them.
Yeah, you're like, well, why is dad home again? You're like, honey?
Yeah, don't you have to work or something?
Can you go to work? But I did do a lot of honeydews.
Go water your plants, yeah.
I built the studio that we're in. I built a whole backyard, put a hot tub in and a sauna, some horseshoe pits, and kind of build a little oasis because we're like travelers here. I spend a lot of time in Mexico just as well as you do. And Angel would be pissed. Angel would be pissed because he's like, that goddamn Quinn's traveling all the time. But yeah, it's our pastime. We love doing it, you know. But
I love it. I mean, I'm a big festival goer as far as raver.
Yeah,
but
you're a raver.
For me to hang my rave cap up, and because I want to travel and not for shows outside of state. I want to like go on a vacation. You know what I mean? And so I'm getting too old to rave.
I was going to say that rave seems like a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. It's camping and then dancing in 100-degree heat and then if you are on
then you go teepee creeping in the middle of the night, don't you?
No, but there were some interesting characters.
I'd imagine. You're like, who are you coming into my tent?
No, so like we had our little tent group together, the people in our group, and
we call that swingers, Alicia. Here,
no upside down pineapples here. I promise.
Perfect.
I promise. But no, it's kind of funny because like the very first day, like we set up this little canopy area for breakfast and cooking and stuff, and this Korean gentleman who I don't know stumbles into our tent, just literally like can barely speak or make a sensical sentence. You know what I mean? And it's like early. It's like 9 a.m. because it's so hot. You can't sleep in those tents, you know?
Oh yeah.
And so we're already all up, and he just waddles on in and just sits down in one of our chairs, and he's like, "What's up?
What's happening?"
And you know, you're used to like meeting people like in that scenario, like people walk around and like meet other people from out of state or whatever. But this guy was weird, and he was tripping on something. Like I don't know. And so I ended up going for a walk, and we come back and he's still there like 3-4 hours later. And we're at the point where we're like, okay, like we don't want to be rude, like plur is plur, you know, peace, love, unity, and respect, but that only goes so far. Like you're fucking annoying, man. No, you can't have any more of my beer. Like get out of here, right?
And he's like I want to sex you, right?
Literally. He told my son Bailey, he's like, that girl, I want her to be my other half. And like Bailey is like a freaking model. Like so she's just drop dead gorgeous. Everybody wants to be Bailey's, man, you know? And and we just kind of look at this guy. I mean, my other girlfriend, we're just like, okay, like it's time to go. So he finally leaves, just still twacked out of his mind, and he ended up forgetting his cell phone, all of his personal belongings in our tent. We didn't even know this guy's name. And everything on his phone was like set up in Korean and with a thumbprint. So every time someone would call, like we couldn't even answer the phone. But anyways, long story short, we copied the number and called from one of our phones. And it's this girl, and she's like, "Hi, where have you been?" And we're like, "Actually, like, we're looking for your group of people. Your friend left his things in her tent." And she's like, "What do you mean? He's supposed to be here at the airport to pick me up." And we're like, "Oh, well, he's definitely still here. And trust me, friend, you do not want him picking you up from anywhere because this guy is tweaked out."
He's trashed.
Yeah, but she had flown all the way from Nevada to Washington to go to this festival, and dude was supposed to be her ride. Like, he was supposed to pick her up. So that sucked for her. But
Oops.
it's just always interesting scenarios.
Oh yeah,
that play out for sure at those kinds of things. And oh my God! So the first night, this is like Quincy, Washington. This is at the Gorge. The first night, a dude got arrested. He was like pacing back and forth outside of the entrance, which is scary because we were in like Gold Camping, which is like a 5-minute drive from the entrance to the venue, or walk, sorry. But this guy was like seen pacing back and forth and asking people like, hey, when does the event end? And he ended up getting arrested and had a couple 9mm pistols on him with ammo and a makeshift gun. And so holy shit, yeah, like I had my shit stolen the last night I was there. My phone, my really expensive glasses and jacket.
Didn't you just lose a phone too, like in Mexico, or prior to that?
No, it was prior to that. Like, my phone just broke. I have really bad phone luck. Very bad phone luck. It's like for real.
It might be the rave there.
Yeah, I think that's probably some of the case. But anyways, someone stole my shit the last night, and so I couldn't get a hold of my parents. And my dad heard about that incident, like, through a article or whatever, and he was freaking out, rightfully so. But I don't know, like, you hear about scary shit like that happening, but most people think it's nothing like that could ever happen to them. So,
and you're a female and you're targeted. I mean, when it comes to like sexual trafficking and shit like that, I mean, you go to these parties and then everybody's doing drugs and stuff like that. They're like, you're an easy target. So do you ever feel vulnerable at these, or do you walk around with like mace and shit? You know?
And that's exactly what I was going to say. Like, it's moments like those that are very sobering and just kind of make you have to take in your surroundings and like who you're with, and kind of do like a self check-in. Like, am I cool? Like, would I be able to like know where to go if shit popped off? Or like, I don't know. You have to like keep your head and wits about you, especially with all the bullshit that's been going on,
Yeah, but make some pretty goddamn good stories there, Alicia.
Yeah, well, I don't know. That's my life, man. Like, I joke all the time, I'm a walking Jerry Springer shit show. I mean, I could quite literally like live under a rock and bullshit would still find me. And it does. It does. Wow. In work, in my job, in my private life, and in all my relationships. It just popped off. Like, I can't have a boring, quiet life.
That's why you got a podcast. Now, you should probably write books, too.
Well, that was my goal as a kid. I wanted to be a novelist, and then I guess it turned into podcasting.
Podcasting, because it's easier and it's more exotic.
I don't know. Like, I think it was more to prove something to, like, a family member that said something to me, right? Because I talked about starting a blog for forever, and it was a couple Thanksgivings ago, and I was like, I'm going to start a blog or do something. And she's just like, whatever, you've been talking about that forever. At this point, your little sister should start a podcast or something because she's funnier than you.
Yeah.
I'm out on my deck, so I'm right next to all the trucks. But nice. I was like, well, fuck you. I'll show you. And that's kind of where it all started. But I at this point, like, I'm trying to pull my head out of my ass. Podcasting is easier in some senses, but it's really not. Like, I mean, we've talked about that many times. There's a lot of background detail work that a lot of people don't understand.
Yeah.
So
the thing about podcasting is it has its ups and its downs. You know, just like I've been in a slump this week. My co-host, bless her heart, she was with us and everything and did a really good job. She had to sever ways and actually go with her family. And she wanted to get out there and tell everybody, that she's sorry that she's not there, but she's quitting for her family reasons and stuff like that. She wants to spend more time with them. But it has its challenges and its ups and downs. You know, I've been through 2 co-hosts with me to where you get to the point where you're like, what am I doing? Do I need to keep going?
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
right.
It's not like we're getting an income off this. We've been doing it for fun and letting people tell their stories and meet new acquaintances. But
right. And I'm very much trying to get back to where it's fun again. Right?
Yeah, it gets to the point where it's like, okay, it's a job. I got to do this. But you want to settle down and relax. And that's basically where I'm back at it right now. I don't know if I'm going to continue with a co-host. I think that I
don't think you need one.
No, I think I just need to reach out more.
You know, and in all honesty, that might be the direction that I have to take as well because, you know, bless Sarah, but she's a young mom.
Oh, hell yeah. It's understandable.
Family, and it totally is. But, you know, it's just, at this point, and I think that's something people don't talk about often enough, right? Just because, like in friendships, right? Or any relationship. It's okay if you guys grow apart. That doesn't mean anything. It doesn't have to be bad, and it doesn't mean that it's a negative thing. It's just the way that life works, right? Like people come and go, phases of our lives. Like life is epically ever changing, and so I don't know. I just think it comes with, I don't know, the routine of it all, right? Because you try to get into a routine with podcasting, but sometimes, you know, just got to go with the flow and just see what happens, like everything else.
And all at once you get an angel in the background that says, what the fuck, man? Get your shit together. You got to keep going. You got to keep going. I wasn't even going to do a podcast, and he's the one that talked me into it. And I remember, I shared your podcast with him and said, have you heard of these girls?
Really? I didn't know that.
He's like, I only deal with local podcasts, Quinn.
Oh, well.
And I was like, they are local. They are local.
Yeah. I know. Shout out to Angel. He's upset at me right now because I was supposed to record with him while I was in Washington, and then I lost my phone, and you know, my life, man. So I love you, Angel.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm getting there.
You are. And that's why I'm reaching out to you is actually, you know, sometimes just an audio podcast. Some of the best podcasts have been just a phone call. You know, I mean, so Mariah does it week in and week out like this.
I know. And my episode that drops tomorrow is also just another phone one. You know, since Sarah's been traveling and just busy and stuff, and I've been traveling and just having a mental health break, phone calls have been easy for sure.
It is, because you're in your own space. You can go out and relax and just talk and have a good time and get to know somebody else at least. Hell, somebody listens to us.
I know.
You're like, I don't know why sometimes.
You'd be surprised. I know. I think about that sometimes, but it's been a while since I've thought about checking statistics and whatnot, because that shit gets old quickly. But
it does.
I don't know. It's surprising when you see numbers sometimes. Like, oh, I mean,
what was different between the last 2 podcasts? I don't understand.
No, it's like I have to remind myself that people do actually listen and care. Like, I had so many messages, especially when I got my phone back, of like, are you dead? Are you guys still podcasting? What is going on? I'm like, oh, yeah, like, I have to speak to the people. I have to remind myself that there are people, who do tune in. I'm like, okay, I need to be, this is my baby. I'm going to be responsible for it.
Yeah, you're the boss. Drive this one.
I know.
No, you're doing good. But you guys have some good stories. And I mean, everybody gets in a rut. I've been in the rut, and I like rutting. That's my favorite thing in life. But
I mean, you know what? Like, I think when you're in those rut scenarios, some of the best stories do come out of it, right? Because you're growing from being uncomfortable and having to face new things. So
yeah.
I live for it. PMA.
Oh yeah. So the good news is the 8 and 6 schedule that I'm on. I actually have more time to actually make it down to the city to record with the people that are all out there. Like, yeah, he's unsociable. Well, I do live 2.5 hours away.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, you really are in the boonies.
Yeah, it's not bad, but it's the traffic's getting horrible because the oil field's booming right now, and it's such a small town that it's full of semis and trucks back and forth into the oil fields, and it's like, wow, you can tell that oil prices are up right now. So, yeah, but money's good, and
polygamists hate this booming time of year.
Yeah, it's here for a little bit, and it usually changes president to president. So we'll see what happens with the next one. He'll probably drop. So I've been through the ups and downs of the oil field for years, but I've been with the same company for 21. So,
oh wow,
oh yeah, it's been a good living, and I was working construction in Salt Lake before I came out here.
Well, so how'd you get into oil?
You just chance into it. I got a phone call. I was working at the McCady Hospital when they built the new one. They're like, hey, we'd like you to come in for an interview as a welder's helper. And I was like, I'm not a welder's helper. I'm a journeyman insulator right now. So.
Oh, so you were a journeyman.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I worked in Local 69 out of Salt Lake. The number's great.
Wow.
Shout out to those guys. They're still good friends, but I haven't been with them for 21 years. But I can still go back anytime I want. But the oil field's been my home since. And I went through, hell, I was a welder for 10 years out there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so now I'm in gas operations. They can actually call me midstream operator. So
midstream. Hello, operator.
Yeah. Operator.
Ooh, yeah.
Hit smooth operator.
Yeah, you gotta hit up Mr. Smooth Quinn. Maybe that's what we should start calling you.
This is
Smooth Quinn.
This is the Mighty Quinn, the smooth talker with cool jazz. Cool jazz.
Yes. That's perfect. No, and that's got to be in your intro now. Mighty Quinn, smooth talker.
I have a smooth talker. Would you like some smooth jazz?
Do like some smooth stories there. We're just gonna soothe your drive home. Hello, Becky, and your two sister wives. We're hoping you're having a lovely day. God.
Not me. I'd take the ride home and I'm listening to the Trippy Hippie out there.
Oh my God, they would hate me. I bet I would be crucified, like literally.
Well, you know what? I've actually been through that out here with co-hosts and tried to keep them, and you're like, you gotta filter a little bit, I guess.
So let me ask you: is it hard to find a co-host because it's such a religious area out there?
I think it's commitment.
Yeah, I mean, it takes up so much time.
And I'm so easy. It's like any time of the day, if I'm home, let's record if you want. I don't care. It's only an hour. I don't need some of those Joe Rogan podcasts. I have done a couple hour ones, almost 3-hour ones. And honestly, you lose content, you lose people listening. So I found out an hour works for me. If you go over a little bit, it's no big deal. You know what I mean? But if you just plan for an hour, goes pretty smooth.
I know. I always try and bank for like 35, 45 minutes because I'm like, see, that's not too long. It'd be fine if I had to like edit or put anything together. But then I get chit-chatting away and I like, next thing I know, I look at the fucking roadcaster and it's like hour 34. I'm like, oh God.
I got to start pushing record on that thing. I just usually record to the PC, but I guess if I push record, I can tell where I'm at. But
you have a roadcaster, but you don't record on it?
And I was at first, and then I just decided to go straight to the PC.
Oh, I love my roadcaster.
I do too.
You know who recommended that?
Angel.
No. The godfather of
Dre Rocca.
Mr. Dre Rocca.
Yeah, Mr. Dre Rocca. Yeah, I started out with a little single. Actually, it was a dual little microphone thing and some cheap mics, and it was okay, but it didn't have the sound.
I literally like started off with 2 USB mics that were maybe like $22 off of Amazon.
Yeah, same here.
And Sarah and I were literally like recording in like a curtain covered corner in my kitchen. Wow, say that 3 times fast.
Yeah, in my kitchen.
A curtain covered corner in my kitchen.
My curtain covered corner.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, but it's definitely fun to see like how far you come in anything you do, you know? So
yeah. The video thing was one of the hardest things for me. I mean, like I said, I like the clips and everything, but the video is like, who is going to watch an hour on YouTube of me just talking to a camera?
But then again, like, people watch really weird shit. Like, I had to take YouTube because it's the devil off of my TV, the app, because my son knows how to log into YouTube now. And some of the shit that even comes up on kids' YouTube is fucking weird. Like, people get paid to, like, eat ice, like, ice mold, just things. This weird shit. Where, like, people make animated things and say they are for kids, and then you walk into the room and they're, like, the cartoons are, like, stabbing each other or something. It's like horrible.
Well, that's the thing that scares me about TikTok. You get on it and you're like, all right, check this girl. She's moving. She's, that's good dance. And then you find out that she's like 14 and you're like, I'm a fucking pedophile. What the fuck?
Oh, no.
It's all genres and you just don't realize it. You're like, okay, cool. She's dancing.
You're like, it's the fucking algorithm in TikTok, man. I swear to God, the videos just keep popping up and she was referenced, man. Like, oh no.
Mine go back to OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
It's like, you know how the fuck did we get on OnlyFans right now?
Yeah, you're probably not alone. That's probably how a lot of people like advertise and stuff, huh?
I guess they get on it and you're like, oh, she's singing, she's having a good time, and then you click that you liked it or something like that, and immediately their friend requesting you, and you're like, hey, baby. Or Snapchat. The Snapchat one's getting me. And do you ever just lead people along on them? Because that's fucking fun. They're like, hey, baby, where you at? And you're like, well, I'm on 7th Avenue. Where are you at? She's like, oh, I'm right there. I'm right there. And you're like, okay, I'm at the Maverick. Okay, I'll be right to the Maverick.
That's more me with, like, people who call to, like, ask me about my car warranty.
Oh, yeah.
I need shit like that, or fraudulent bullshit like Robert, who's actually probably like Indian. You know what I mean?
Oh, hell yeah.
I fuck with those people. Like, oh no, this isn't Alicia Sandoval. This is actually her sister. Alicia Sandoval died a couple weeks ago. I'm gonna have to take her
fuck with you a long time.
Seriously. So, but no, like, other than that, like, I barely have the energy to like respond to people, and don't hate me, my listeners. It's nothing against you. It's just again why I took a break. But like, I barely have enough energy to respond to people who text me. I mean, like, anything on social media is just like an extra chore at this point. I literally have to like sit down and dedicate time and be like, okay, because I don't like giving half-assed responses. Like, I want to be able to like reciprocate the energy that people are like taking the time out of their day to message me about whatever it is. And no, I don't have time to fucking fuck with people like that anymore. I get too impatient. Like, I'm like, sorry, man. Like, no.
Oh, I'm patient. I'm patient with you. I don't care. I was like, she'll get back to me when she's ready.
No, I couldn't stand people or string anyone along. Like, the dating app thing, couldn't do it. Just because it's like forever the introduction stage. Like, you know what I mean?
Is it?
Like, it's just so much work that it takes almost. And so, now, I'm not talking about like anyone in particular, but like what you were saying about, like I play with people. I'm like, I could.
Oh, yeah. the dating apps are like a new thing. It's not for me, but I mean, we didn't have that in school. I mean, how fucking cool is it? I mean, in general, but how scary is it as well?
Well, that's how I feel. I always feel like it's disingenuous, or it's like nobody on the other end of the phone is going to give a shit. Like, this is the fifth person who's asked me to tell them something about myself, and it got to the point where I was like literally copying my text from multiple people and sending it to other people because I just it took too much time to type it out over and over again.
You really? I just sent you a picture, and now you want a whole description of me? Fuck off.
Literally. It's like,
here is me.
Like,
this is my package.
You want to just meet up and like get coffee? Like, it'd be easier for me to do it that way, but
Is that how that works? I mean, is that the best place? Put yourself like in a coffee shop where you're not drinking, where there's a lot of people, to where you kind of can fill out the chemistry there.
I think that's probably the best idea, just because, I mean, you could always like hang out longer if you want to go somewhere else that you get a good vibe. But no, I'm on the fence. I've definitely watched way too much true crime in my life to ever trust a dating app. Like, I actually blew off a guy one time. I've had a few really weird instances. Like, I'm infamous for having poor choice in who I date, and that's okay. Like, we all are. I'm on my own pace. I'm learning every day. But just after my separation from my ex-husband, there was a client of mine who stalked me a little while.
Wow.
Because like, he was just too much. Like, we went on one date and it was just awkward. Like, I wasn't really feeling it. And then, like, he would literally just, like, come into the salon and just, like, sit in the lobby and watch me work. And it just got really weird. Yeah. And I did have to blow him off. And then... Not
literally, right?
Not literally, no.
Had to throw my pun in there. Just had to put the puns in.
I made it... I made that too easy for you.
I know. The first time I was like, I wonder if I should do that or not.
No, but he also worked for the Air Force. So it got to the point where, like... I had made contact with, his lieutenant, and it was just, no.
Shitty.
But he was obsessed with, like, Disney, and I've had an episode about this guy.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm going on this tangent about this. Oh, this is why I'm nervous to date people, and why Anyways, this guy was obsessed with Disney, had a giant ass Disney castle tattoo on his back with all the Disney characters.
Wow.
I mean, just an odd ball, yeah. And then another guy. Oh yeah, I was talking about how I watched too much true crime. It's all coming full circle moment right now. Okay. Then there was this other guy who I went on a double date with, who seemed nice enough, and he's totally gonna know who I'm talking about when he hears this because he listens. But all love to you, dude. We're cool now, but he came on really, really strong too. And so, like, we planned to go out on a second date the following weekend. And during that whole week, like, he was texting me nonstop throughout the day. And it got to the point where he was like, I think I love you. And I'm like, dude, I met you once. Like, I'm and so, like, usually I'm okay with confrontation, but he asked me to go to, like, the second date was supposed to be like a picnic up at Snow Basin, just the two of us, and I may have smoked a little bit of a J, and on my way to the date, I was getting paranoid. I was like, wait,
shit.
Like, we're gonna go on a hike together, like, into the wilderness, and, like, obviously Snow Basin, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't know this guy, and it's probably me psyching myself out, but then that is the only time, and I'm ashamed of this, but that is the only time I've blown someone off. Like, I was straight up, I didn't go. Like, I just didn't show up. And the crazy thing is, I cut his hair now.
He's like, you remember when you stood me up? I know where we sit now. We're at friendship level now.
It gets brought up quite a bit, actually. And he's actually married now, but, like, yeah.
Yeah, but you still cut his hair. He still has interest in you.
I was the girl that got away that he couldn't tie up and murder.
There you go. There you go.
That was my fear.
You'd have been on the 6 o'clock news.
I was like, what if I go missing? Like, yeah, no. It was a whole thing.
Yeah, there's just a lot of more of that shit that happens a lot lately too.
Yeah, but word of advice, don't get really stoned and then go on a date with a stranger.
Everybody must get stoned.
Yeah.
That's why they call me. Recommend it. That's why they call me the Mighty Quinn. It's Bob Dylan. You ever heard of Bob Dylan? Everybody must get stoned. You've heard that song, Rainy Day Women, 10 and 35?
Yeah, okay. I was like, I thought Bob Dylan was a musician. And
he is.
I'm on the same page. Page.
He wrote a song called The Mighty Quinn. And that's, my parents are hippies too.
It's another full circle moment. That just so clicked.
Yeah. Yeah. As I tangent off, let's go back to dating apps.
No, I basically beat that horse to death.
I'm just so curious about them. It's not that I'm going there, but I actually built a stupid profile once just to see who was out there. It's like, all right, we live in this small town. I want to see who's available. And that backfired. That backfired in my face. That's not something you need to do.
I see all these success stories pop up around me, right? Like my sister met her boyfriend, love of her life.
Match.com.
Bumble.
Bumble.
And then my aunt met her new boyfriend on
Grindr.
I think it was what's the app that's meant to be deleted? WhatsApp? No.
Oh, no. It's like Yelp. No.
There's a commercial for it.
I've seen it. I don't really
pay attention. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Oh, yeah, I can't. I'm not Googling it.
Hinge. It's Hinge.
Yeah, they delete. So you pay your money.
I have to look at my phone because I do have it downloaded.
Nice.
But so she has a successful relationship, and then my dad just met this very nice lady that I just met today, who I actually approve of because he has a tendency to I get my bad dating habits from my father for sure.
So does he date?
He'll agree with you.
Does he date girls your age?
No, he has a rule of thumb. It's half his age plus 7.
Plus 7. Half my age. 23. They have to be 30. Hey, that's good. That's a good model. Because I think my cutoff would have to be like 28 if I was dating.
That's my age.
No,
I'm 27.
You're 27, but my son is 28, and my daughter is 25, and so it's like, you can't
I think my dad is 57.
57. I'm 46. God damn, I'm old. This sucks getting old.
So
I'm still young.
Half of 56 plus 7, and that's his free range of dating. But no, I mean, he just has been through the ringer with
35.
Quite literally, this is like clinically, mentally insane female. And so I approve of this lady today that I met, at least so far.
My daughter told me, if mom dies, you need to rebound quick, Dad. And I was like, oh, yeah?
Oh,
she's like, you need to have another to the funeral.
Like, oh, my God.
I laughed my ass off because that's her sense of humor. It's like, plus other.
You better get a backup, Quinn. You never know.
Well, it's funny because...
Never know what life's going to throw at you.
Yeah, it's funny because married men, I think, actually get to talk to women a little bit more because women actually feel secure that maybe he's not even looking, So they open up and talk a lot more. But as soon as they know you're single, it's like, they're gone, So
right, he's a predator. Run.
He's a predator. That fucking dog. Look at him.
God damn it. Fuck. Yeah, no, yeah, I don't know. But I don't know. I think a lot of people like the dating app thing, but it's just not for me. Like, I know it works for a lot of people and that's cool, but all the people that show up on my feed whenever I do get on are just like garbage and homely looking people. Like,
yeah.
I don't know what it is. Maybe the algorithm is just like trying to show me what I didn't know I needed. I don't know.
I wonder if Angel's on any dating apps right now.
Oh yeah, it's some of the bios that people put like under their names are like, I live with my mom and I like video games. Like, if you can't get with it, you can't get on it. And I'm just like, damn, you really like strike out with that shit, man? Like, you and your 5 cats and your video game chair, like,
hallelujah.
How many blow-up girlfriends do you have in your closet right now?
Hallelujah to that younger generation, because it makes the older guys look so much goddamn better out here. It's scary. I guess maybe I'm just paranoid of being murdered someday. I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of weird people. And the thing is like, if I had to start over, think of the fucking baggage that you have to deal with. There's like so much baggage. I'd be better off to go to younger generations because they're not carrying as much baggage as like somebody in their 40s. Now, I mean, I don't. No. I'll just be single because I can. It's so much easier being single because you only have to deal with your emotions. You're the captain of your own ship. And if you throw an OnlyFans account in there, fuck, you're making a lot of money. Yeah, nobody gives a fuck. Nobody's taking your money except, your kids. Like, I don't know. It's just easier that way. Did you ever get into the Becca Hayes time when these podcasts first started out? When Angel and the other side? I have never met her, but I know of her. I talked to her a few times and everything, and she doesn't talk to me anymore. But which is water under the bridge. Who cares? But Angel kept in pretty good contact with her for a little while. She had her OnlyFans, and she boasted on that how much fucking money she was making. I was like, damn, girl. Good for her. Yeah. Good for her. If you got it, flaunt it. That's all I can say. Yeah, well, make the money off it. If you have the confidence, like, or you know what? It's not even about confidence. In a lot of cases, it's about the hustle, right? Like, it's a hard time to be living right now for anybody. Shit. I don't care who you are. Finance is stuff. Oh, yeah. It's not like you're hooking up with anybody. You're just going public pretty much. But for money, it's private. But, you have a Patreon account. And yeah. I'm not that I've ever been on any Patreon accounts. I signed up for Patreon, too. And then I thought, what the fuck am I doing? I can say whatever I want on my podcast. It's not like we're running around naked. Who the hell wants to see 2 guys at the time naked sitting on a podcast? Hey, 2 guys naked sitting at a bar. But I thought you were going in a different direction, like 2 girls, 1 cup, and I was like, no, 2 guys right there. 2 guys, 1 beer can. I don't even want to imagine what that might be. No, what that might entail. But I did consider because the community that I live in was shunning my other co-host, and I love Cody to death, but they were shunning him because of his mouth. And I mean, that's Cody. That's who he is. That's the reason why I picked him as a co-host. Shun him right back. That's the So I thought, shit. Fuck it. If we put a Patreon account, he can go off all day. Maybe somebody will pay to listen to him. Yeah. So I've been trying to get him back, and I was like, we'll do something like the Mighty Quinn restricted or no trespassing or something, some fucked up still. Yeah, no trespassing would be good. Just let it fly. Just say what's on your mind. My problem is I do filter myself a little bit. I don't, I'm not somebody, I can tease and have a good time and flirt. That's fun. And I think everybody should flirt no matter what in their life. I think that's an important thing. Once you lose that, I think you're a miserable fuck. But, for me, it's the banter. It's back and forth. Oh, yeah. that is great. But when I don't want to get it too personal. It's for some reason. And I always thought that, hell, I'm a nasty thinking person. And that's what I need to do on my podcast is get out there and listen to my funny. And then all at once you're recording and you're like, Oh, I better not say shit like that. That will,
Yeah.
that'd be horrible.
Or I'm going to make more work for myself. I'm going to have to go back and cut it out later.
Yeah. And yeah,
you
do.
It's a fine line to walk. But for me, like, since I don't live in your small town, you stay filtered, and I'll say fuckity fuck and peace and love, guys.
Yeah.
Just love each other, okay? What's the point of, like, hating on Cody and, like, come on.
Oh, we love Cody.
Yeah.
We love Cody. And he's going to come back. The fucker's going to come back. We're going to start recording. And when he does, it's going to be in all Patreon when we do that one. So yeah, good. But and maybe we'll kick this one out once a week. I hate doing fucking 2 podcasts a week. I'm not going to lie.
It's hard.
I think I could go visit, but there's the recording and the putting the clips up. Social media is easy. That doesn't bug me, but sitting down for a few minutes and uploading fucking takes forever. And then once it's uploaded,
that is my least favorite part of the whole thing.
Yeah. And
the whole process.
46 years old and I'm computer savvy right now. I'm doing pretty fucking good.
You should throw yourself a party. That's a big deal.
This is my 96th episode and I'm almost to 100.
That's wild.
Yeah. And I was like, I don't even know what to fucking plan.
So sorry, excuse me.
Hey, bless you. And what did they say in Spanish?
Salud.
Salud.
Yep,
salud.
My allergies have been quite awful. I think I'm a little allergic to my puppy dog.
Oh, keep him there. You'll get better. What kind of dog is he?
He's a pit bull Rottweiler mix, or she is. Sorry.
Okay, all right. Beautiful.
She's gonna be a big girl.
She.
Her name is Zany.
Zany.
I never knew I needed a dog.
Everybody needs a fucking dog.
I never grew up with dogs, so I never knew I was missing it, right?
They're so much better than cats. The cat that I got brings rabbits in the house dead.
She's giving you gifts.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, fucker. And he is that.
My cat does the same thing. My cat is amazing, though. Like, she's been declawed since I got her, and she still brings freaking birds to my door. It's kind of uncanny.
Yeah.
Like, how do you do this? How do you... You're just a goddamn warrior.
Oh, yeah. Ours is, too. And my daughter took it from... it was a rescue in Salt Lake. And then when she moved out here, the place she was living, she couldn't have the cat. So I was like, he could come here. Just stay here. He's got room to run. And he thinks this is the greatest place in the world. He thinks he's a lion. He's out hunting and bringing us birds all the time. He's such an asshole. Milo. That's old Milo.
Oh, my gosh.
Do you listen to any punk music?
I do, yeah.
Milo from the Descendants.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, my son-in-law, he plays punk bands. He plays all over in Salt Lake. Liquid Joe's plays, So.
I know. That's where I derive from. That's my core.
Me
Heavy
too.
Metal and rock.
I'm the rocker. And then I switched to punk. I got sick of the shit that was going on. And I was like, you know what? I picked up some Rancid, some Social D, and man, I went from it, and I actually thrived on some punk music for a while, and then kind of burned out of it right now, and I can't listen to that country rock, whatever it is now.
Your native anthem out there in DFD?
With the mullet. Yeah, well, I grew up with a dad that's a hippie, and it's always good to be in my heart.
I got my tractor and my truck and my dog and my whiskey.
Oh,
but my wife left my heart.
Blame it all on my roots. I showed up in boots.
I really don't mind some country. I really
it's fun in the setting.
It's depressing. It's all it's either about just America, which is cool. Don't come for me, or depressing shit. I need a little upbeat. I have a lot on my plate. I gotta dance.
Oh yeah, you're into anime and what is the?
No, EDM.
Oh, EDM. See, I don't even know what the fuck that's. Anime.
Anime is like that Korean cartoon.
It's the cartoon shit, Yoshi shit.
Porn, basically. Yeah.
I think that's why kids watch it. You're like, what are you watching? This is dumb, dude. They got better graphics now.
I know. Well, and they make kids so. Their expectations are too high, right? Like no female's breasts are ever going to be that large naturally.
Have you noticed? Have you noticed though all the penises on goddamn movies lately?
I have. I feel like full nudity has
and it's like, oh, I did see as a guy. I was like, I didn't need to see that. But is he hung or what? No.
Documentary. I just watched the documentary Woodstock '99.
Mm-hmm. Oh my good hell with Flea.
Yeah, dude. He's okay. If you guys haven't seen that documentary,
wonderful.
It's a pretty good one.
It's deep. It's so deep, and that's my generation that fucked everything up.
Well, yeah, and literally, why?
Yeah,
why?
Well, it's my generation. We rebelled. We were with the baby boomers, and then all at once, it's like, fuck, we've been restricted so much. We don't want to be fucking held down by the man anymore.
Little punk kids, yeah, but
we weren't the hippie crowd.
No, Woodstock '99 was not all about a peace and love movement, man. No. It was about taking down fucking retail stock and rebelling in a different uncivilized way versus the 60s, right?
But Woodstock '94 fucking rocked, and on the documentary everybody's like, oh, it was a failure, and you're like, really? The fucking Cranberries? 9 Inch Nails? What the fuck?
Zombie. Oh, I love the Cranberries.
Dude, I rocked that album. It's in my Toyota Tacoma when we go hunting. The fucker's in the goddamn CD player, and we listen to it all the time.
You have to. It's a classic. But I mean, that scene with Red Hot Chili Peppers post '99 Woodstock, and Flea goes out, their guitarist goes out just stark ass naked.
The fucker's got balls, dude.
I mean, there was so much nudity going on over the entirety of the 3-day festival that I'm sure he felt like he was fitting right in, or I don't know, trying to make a statement. But there was one scene where he's shaking his guitar, and his penis is just rock hard, and it looks like a horrible toupee that's just flailing in the wind, right? It's
that's euphoria there. He's probably doing heroin then.
Well, I couldn't imagine stepping in front of a crowd of 200,000 people.
200,000 people.
And
naked.
They wonder why destruction and rioting happened, right? And they tore down that sound stage and everything. It's that was the show of all shows. That's the example of what not to do for production companies nowadays, right?
Exactly.
That and that Travis Scott incident. How could you make only one stage for 200,000 people? And then not clean out the shitters. The fact that people got mouth diseases from Civil War era.
Eating shit.
Mouth,
drinking shit.
Feces-infested water is just astounding to me. I don't know how... it was all about money for them when they put on Woodstock '99, right? They were looking to make a profit, and I just don't know how they could have with all the sexual assault and rape lawsuits, and I can't imagine what else they were sued for.
Oh man, I would have loved to have been there, but I think towards the end I'd have probably fucking bailed.
I said the same thing. I was like, as crazy and scary as parts of this looked, I would have paid so much money to see this lineup. Rage Against the Machine was there. There were a lot of big bands, Marilyn Manson, that weren't in the documentary or docu-series. But what a time to be alive, right? To witness all that, and I don't know.
I would have loved to.
It would have been a sight to see for sure.
I would have loved to, and I remember when it was going around, and I mean, New York wasn't something that was even touchable for shit. That was a plane ticket and a week trip. You couldn't pay for that kind of shit. I mean, not off the wages that we were making here in Utah.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I Googled that because I was curious. I was like, I wonder if anyone died from this, because they didn't say in the documentary, and 3 people did die.
Wow.
One from heat exhaustion, one from a heart attack, and then another girl got hit by a car.
And then one girl was kind of raped. I mean, right in the middle of a pickup truck.
In the documentary, they said there were 5 rape allegations that came forward, but I guarantee there were so many more. God forbid, like people, men and women, who probably don't even remember.
Yeah, you're like,
because they were just passed out on the grass and concrete, and it's like anyone
that's
could
just
come
crazy.
Up and
And they were naked anyway, so it didn't matter.
Right. Oh,
wow.
Yeah, no.
Wow, crazy.
And then we go back to what we just said. But what a time to be alive!
Woo!
Like, what a sight that would have been. God, it's so weird how we're like that. Like we like to say that
we're so wired for that.
So much, yeah, we've advanced so much, but really we're still like fucking primal gladiator type status. Like, oh, one person's gonna start destroying something. Everybody, run, destroy! Like, I don't.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I'd have been probably one of those jackasses that destroyed shit back then.
Hey, when they started to break into the ATMs, I mean,
oh hell yeah,
that is the one thing that I was like, oh, that's where I probably would have be like, let me get in on that a little bit. I'll just take one swing with this bat.
Yeah, and just grab me just a small stack, if you would, please. Just a little bit. Just a little stack. It'll be fine.
Please. Literally.
That'd be awesome to actually jump into something at my age right now. I'd be like, oh, I'm retired. I'm done. I'm not going to work and live like Paris Hilton or Britney Spears from here on out. Just, there's no end. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, like, too, they don't put that, like, bills together like that anymore. You never see, like, a concert with that kind of lineup ever again.
I've been to Riot Fest? I've been to Riot Fest in Denver, and it was fun. And I'll bet you there was 200 bands, but there were 7 stages. And, I mean, if you want to watch this person, there might be somebody that was playing at the other one. Have you ever heard of D. Antwoord?
Mm-mm.
Oh, my good hell. They're a South African band.
Yeah.
And I have never seen so many penises on the stage.
Oh, my God. Is that like a new trend? Is that, or like an old trend, I guess?
No, but you're like, oh, my fucking hell, I'm mesmerized here. But it had...
But you know why they have so many stages, right? It's because of Woodstock 99.
Hell yeah.
They're like, we don't give a fuck if you're going to miss one of your favorite bands because your other favorite band's playing at the same time. Like, we don't want that many people in front of a stage ever again.
Yeah. No, I seen some good bands there. And then when we used to hit Grand Junction and go to Rock Jam. And it was cool. It was a lot of the old bands, but then they'd throw in like Korn or Godsmack.
I love Korn.
Oh, Korn's one of the best. Probably one of the best concerts I've ever been to. But I'll be honest with you.
They put on such a good live show.
Oh shit! It's just so entertaining. One of the best shows I've ever went to, and it's funny as hell. I went and took my daughter and her cousins to Kesha. Oh my God.
I love Kesha too.
Nobody else would go. And they're like, hey, do you want to go? I was like, it's a concert. I'm in. Let's go.
And Kesha's badass.
Oh.
I don't care who you are.
We went to Saldar and saw her, and it was so fun. And they fucking blew glitter out on the crowd. You know how hard it is
to... I was literally just going to say that. You look like you've been up in some coochie in a strip club or something,
Yeah, we go home and you couldn't get the fucking glitter out of the truck.
Your wife's like, Quinn, do you have something to say to me?
Yeah, I was with 3 13-year-olds at the time.
Honey, they got me into some deep shit.
We went front row. Woo! Dropkick Murphys was one of the best front row concerts I've been to, and then Leonard Skinner. I've been front row on them.
Leonard Skinner is freaking really good too.
Yeah, they're real political though. Way political to where they actually tell you how to vote in the crowd. You're like, oh yeah, well fuck you too.
That's funny.
So
it's propaganda.
Yeah, no shit. So to change the subject, your son had first days of school?
Yeah, his first day of kindergarten was last Monday, and it's been he seems to really enjoy it so far. It's been a big adjustment for everyone.
Did he want to go?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's super, super smart, and so he was ready to start school and meet new friends, and yeah, he's just a good boy. He's in love with this dog, so
I'd imagine, man. A boy and his dog. A boy and his dog.
I know.
I got 2 of them.
So it's been a good week. I saw this meme yesterday, and it was like I'm usually always like, start today as if it was on purpose, and like all my PMA positive bullshit. But sometimes it's hard, right? Sometimes you wake up and you're like, oh, I'm ready to start the day, and you lay in bed for a second, and you're just like, fuck.
Mine have been that way lately.
Fuck. So, I don't know.
Mine have been 2:45 in the morning. I've been called out to work.
Oh, God.
Yeah, because what a lot of people don't realize is there's things out there that make your guys' homes stay running. So really? When our stuff goes down, I'm out there. One of those essential workers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. One of the essential workers.
Yeah. I love it though.
Well, I'm glad.
Yeah.
You know? And how long will you be on that schedule? Is it
forever
permanent?
If I can?
Yeah. Well, good for you.
Yeah, I don't mind it. It's not too bad. My wife retired 2 weeks ago. She's not at the age at all.
She's not at the age.
No,
well,
she's a year younger. Better. She's a year younger than me, but she's like, you know what? There's no reason for me to work anymore. And I was like, okay. I fought it for a while, but yeah, you win, honey.
You're like, but I still have to work.
Yeah, I was like, I'm almost 30 years into this. It's my fucking turn.
Right. You'll get there. We'll all get there. That's what I have to pray for.
59 is what my financial consultant says. So I got to make it. But I'm going to try to 55 in the oil field, and then maybe I'll cut hair. How's that sound?
I mean, you're never too old to learn a new trick.
Yeah, be the barber.
And
the barber that doesn't grow any fucking hair.
Yeah, cutting hair is like riding a bike. Once you get decent at it, you can never forget how to cut hair.
Yeah, it's a good fail-safe for everybody out there.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
It is. But no, I hope, thank you, Mighty Quinn, for chatting with me tonight. I do appreciate you being patient with me and whatnot.
No, anytime.
And always having good conversation with me.
Hell yeah. And
it's always a good time.
I'm always there for you. If you need somebody to fill in, give me a call. I'll bullshit with you.
All right. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
All right, Alicia.
Well, I appreciate you. And have a good rest of your week. I hope this is your week off.
Wednesday, I am off. I had to work 10 days straight to get my ADM because I switched schedule. And yeah. I am so ready because I've been on call and I filled in for a few guys and taken one for the team. And I'm learning actually new facilities. And
oh, wow.
Yeah. So
big changes.
Well, the big changes is I'm a gas guy. And no pun intended. But yeah. I'm the gas guy. But I turn around and now I'm the water guy. I'm a water boy.
So
we take
my mom always said.
Yeah, my mama
always said.
Yeah.
That is the quality H2O.
So we take the water and dispose of it that comes out of the earth. So.
Okay.
It's not the prettiest smelling.
You need to go out and buy yourself a hammock and put it in your backyard in the shade and maybe pop a little sprinkler under there and just treat yourself to a nice little swinging nap. Swinging
nap. I like it.
Swinging nap.
Swinging. Yeah. That's a big basin thing.
That's living there. That's living.
No, I got a wedding coming up. Shout out to my son. He's getting married next weekend. So
wow. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. We're going to attend that and at least be on days off. And we're going to be festive. We're going to drink some fucking tequila. We're going to celebrate. Yeah. Hell yeah.
I drank some of that on Saturday, and I regret every bit of it.
Every bit of it. I wish I could smoke pot like you, Trippy Hippie.
Well, maybe just like a little taste of a gummy or whatever, because I don't do it often. But hey, I won't be a bad influence. But I hope you have a good time at that wedding, and
thank you.
We'll be in touch. All right.
All right. I love it. I love it a lot.
I like it a lot.
I walk it a lot.
Right. A lot.
Okay.
If your friends and followers want to give us a follow, we are on Instagram.
Hell yeah.
At Hard Talks CNH. So
right there.
Appreciate you. Yep, right there.
Get out there. You can find us at Uintah Basement at gmail.com or on Facebook or Instagram. Get out there and like both of these podcasts. Love it.
Yeah. Get on it. What are you doing with your life?
Hell yeah. Basonites, get out there and listen to the Trippy Hippie, the Hard Talks out there.
Yeah. Definitely take your offensive pants off, but anyway. We'll be in touch, Quinn. Have a good night.
All right. This is episode 96. We're out of here. Thank you.
Yep. Bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah. Please spay and pet your neutered, your cats, your dogs, and everything else.